With Steph Curry back in action, the Warriors pulled off another road win against the Washington Wizards. Last night, I noticed several key plays from the Warriors' hybrid motion offense that caused defensive breakdowns that led to dunks or layups, set up perfectly by assists, and all without a single dribble at the end. I want to highlight how Golden State creates advantages for high-quality looks, so let's get to it. Trey's Jackson Davis had a big first half, easily getting quality looks at the rim within the read and react system. Here he comes for a dribble handoff, but let's be honest, Draymond is too slow to successfully backdoor. However, I personally think this is a bad decision by Coulibaly, knowing that Dre is a non-shooter. The last thing you want to do is treat him like Steph Curry and not go under the pick. Now he gets stuck here on the screen, which is the worst possible outcome, and the Warriors have a 2-on-1 advantage from that handoff. Alex Sarr also makes a bad decision by playing Draymond's shot, leading to a late switch. But in this scenario, Draymond is 90% of the time passing the ball, and the defense should want him to drive with his head down, trying to force him to finish over the big man. Bad defensive coverage here by the Wizards, and it's the easy roll to the rim and alley-oop to TJD. TJD has become a significant lob threat since the middle of last season. Here he looks on the weak side where GP2 is setting a down screen on Steph and Washington's playing straight up. Because they do not switch, this pass leads to a high pick and roll where Steph's man has got the chase from 5 feet behind to try to prevent the shot, forcing Curry to penetrate below the arc. You got Alex Sarr playing a show since Steph can shoot and TJD rolling to the rim. Draymond's in a dunker spot, but this should be Jordan Poole's rotation as the weak side low man, as he should be leaving a non-shooter in Payton on the wing and at least attempt to tag TJD. Steph stays patient and finds a crack in a lane for a sweet bounce pass, and it's another no dribble layup for Jackson Davis. The hybrid motion offense is all about using angles to force rotations and get an advantage going downhill. Risky choice by Poole to jump the passing lane unsuccessfully, and again you have a 4-on-3 advantage. Kispert decides to rotate off the strong side corner off of Wiggins, and Valanciunas correctly rotates over the help as the big man. Solid patience here by Payton to wait and see if Coulibaly will help as the weak side low man, but let's be honest, no one's going to blame him for sticking to the corner on Steph Curry. Valanciunas is forced to play the ball and the pass, and there's another assist for a flush at the rim. This was my favorite play of the game and a Golden State classic. High pick and roll involving Steph and Draymond, but the Wizards do not ice this towards the sideline, giving Curry the full middle of the court to attack with a strong right hand. Coulibaly is flying through the screen for his life, and the screen defender in Alex Sarr has to show up high with his hands up to prevent the 3-ball. Steph has made this pass thousands of times to the rolling man in Draymond, so he patiently waits for the right moment. Now you have a classic 4-on-3 advantage on the back end, and with Corey Kispert rotating over as the weak side low man. You can see Alex Sarr recover pretty decently, but credit Kuminga for not settling at the 3-point line and getting to the rim for an alley-oop pass by Draymond that he makes in his sleep. Tic-tac-toe play. I would say this is my second favorite play of the game if it wasn't for Jordan Poole's expected lack of defensive awareness. Another high pick and roll involving Steph and Draymond testing Washington's defense. Coulibaly dangerously decides to go under the first pick, and I want you guys to pay attention to this because these little details are important. Now, as Curry loads up his shooting motion, Coulibaly has to compensate by lunging to try and contest. Steph counters by passing to Draymond and immediately getting a no-look dribble handoff, something only those two can do from their chemistry. Green stands there and essentially sets a second screen, but with Coulibaly finding over this pick, now they've caught Valanciunas super low in a drop position. Jordan Poole immediately recognizes the threat of Curry's shot and leaves his defensive assignment, and you got a 2-on-1 advantage on the back end. Credit GP2 for not staying standstill and immediately cutting to the basket, not even giving Kispert a chance to react. Curry with a sweet pass for a cutting Payton where there's no contest for a nice reverse jam. Another great assist. Now let's run a high pick and roll, this time involving Kevon Looney. Loon's highly effective screen has gotten Johnny Davis lost, while Valanciunas is expectedly in a deep drop as a slow-footed big man. Now Davis has a sprint and recover and actually does a great job to prevent a shot attempt. Steph Curry is just so good at moving without the ball in this hybrid motion offense. He runs a get action in which he throws the ball first to Looney, then immediately runs towards him to receive a handoff, which also acts as a screen. Again, Davis is chasing over the pick, and Valanciunas decides to show up high to prevent a shot attempt. Now you got another 2-on-1 advantage on the weak side, so Curry makes a smart decision to read this coverage and makes a simple lead pass. Two Wizards now collapse on the big man, and credit Looney for staying patient and without dribbling, finishes a sweet layup. Loon's showing his jelly there too. This was just pure read and react fundamental basketball. TJD has got the ball up on the wing and comes for what appears to be a dribble handoff to Buddy Hield. Hield does a great job jab stepping as if he was running to the handoff, forcing Kispert to read in a way where he tries to top block. Then Buddy immediately counters this position by backdoor cutting to the rim. On the weak side, Waters is a shooter, so his man is on the short corner, but I want to credit Jackson Davis for developing a knack for making these sweet bounce passes on these backdoor cuts. Beautiful basketball here as Buddy Hield gets a dunk. You got one wizard on the baseline, so this becomes a 5-on-4 fast break. But not every NBA team can exploit these well unless you're the Golden State Warriors. Steph's got the ball, but you can see him looking back a couple of times, and because of the threat of his shot, he would rather pass it to an open Draymond Green and allow him to take advantage of the situation. That is the definition of an unselfish superstar, and now you got Green with the ball running a 4-on-3 advantage on the backside. Alex Sarr is forced to play the ball and the roll man, but Coulibaly does not realize that it is his job to rotate off a non-shooter on the weak side and attempt to tag Jackson Davis. Too late of a reaction, and Draymond makes another timely alley-oop pass for the dunk. There you guys have it, a solid and convincing win over the Wizards, and I want to highlight the natural motion offense of the Warriors. From tic-tac-toe passes to reading where the defense is, the Dubs are all about creating advantages that lead to high quality looks. They were able to play off pick and roll, handoff actions, and catch defenders in bad positions for assists that led to dunks or layups. I thought this was a great team win with everyone getting touches and good looks, as shown by the 29 assists. Now on to a big challenge against the Celtics, so if you guys like this breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.